sale proceeds, not just the net. Benefit number 3 is I create tax advantages. Now, the best analogy I can give you is this. It's like creating a tax debit card. See, what the government does is they say, okay, here you are, let's say this client's 65 years old. And you just sold an asset worth $1 million. $1 million is in the trust. Our life expectancy tables say that you're going to die at 87. So at 87, a charity or charities is going to get $1 million. Well, you're 65, 87, that's 22 years from now. So $1 million is going to feel a whole lot different then, right, Mark, because of inflation? So in reality, that'd be like you giving, we'll just say, the charity $500,000 today. So we're going to give you, at 30% tax bracket, $500,000 gift. We'll give you $150,000 of tax credit, a debit card. You with me? So now, when you go to your qualified plan, your pension, you pull money out, is that all taxable? Yes? Out of your pension plan? Yeah. You pull money out of your qualified plan, it's 100% taxable, right? Swipe my card. Tax-free distribution. Remember when we went back to the ideal model? For that part of the model, S9, what makes it ideal? Being able to minimize or avoid taxes when the money comes out, correct? As much as I'd love to go up to Capitol Hill and convince our president to take away income taxes on qualified plan distributions, that's not going to happen. So I got to create a tax offset equal to the tax I've got to owe. Everybody understand that? Here's one of the strategies to do that. Everybody got that? And lastly, for clients that believe, as I do, that God put us on this earth to see what we can do for other people, not just to take. To know that when I die, I'm going to leave a legacy behind to a charity or charities creates a greater sense of self-worth. Clients who believe the same thing, that's important to them. So again, if you're trying to tilt the retirement seesaw to create as much benefit and income as possible, are you going to sell that low basis asset outright, or are you going to use a CRT? Circle it. Now, my question is there any doubt in your mind, or as I would have the client do, that the choices you've circled, from the qualified plan, from bonds, from equities, from your home, from your appreciated assets, would generate the opportunity for the most income? Is there any question? You might have any question? Okay, good. Now, we've got to look at the other side of the equation. On the right side of your model, up in the right-hand corner, the same exact model that we've just been talking about, I want you to put goal, maximum wealth transfer. Remember, we had a seesaw that we said we wanted to do both. Maximum retirement income and what? Maximum wealth transfer. Let's see how we did with the choices to generate maximum retirement income. Okay, so the very first one was the pension qualified plan, S9, correct? If I choose a single life option, what's left for my spouse? What?
Zero.
Okay, so I want you, and again, if you ever do any work with me, I'm big time into pins. Black or blue is for what they're currently doing. Green is for something that we recover or improve. Okay? And red's a problem or a cost. So I'd have my red pen, I draw out to the right, they get nothing. The surviving spouse gets 0. Everybody got it? Okay? If I do a pay down from my bonds and I live to the end of the pay down period, how much does my spouse or my kids get? 0. Draw an arrow out. Maximum wealth transfer would be 0. Same thing for my my non-qualified plans in G6. Little or nothing remains. If I do a reverse mortgage as the way to get equity out of my house in retirement, what do I leave behind? Debt. And if I use a CRT the day I die, all that money goes to who? Charity, which means my family gets what? Now the client's completely confused. Al, You told me you could figure out a way to give me both max retirement income and maximum wealth transfer. The choices I made would only tilt it wildly this way. How can I do it? You with me? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go up into P9 with a green pen if you have it. And I want you to write the word asset insurance. Robbie, I want you to draw an arrow coming out of P9, asset insurance, and I want you to go down to S9, where the pension was. If you had enough asset insurance to replace what you spent during your lifetime, would you feel okay about enjoying max retirement income and having maximum wealth transfer from that drawer? Yes. Good. Justin, I want you to draw an arrow coming out of P9. I want you to go down to the bonds. Okay? If I have enough asset insurance to replace the bonds that I spent and enjoyed in retirement, can I have both max retirement income and maximum wealth transfer? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, good. Mark, if I have enough asset insurance, draw an arrow going down to G6. Okay? If I have enough asset insurance to go down and replace what I had in my non-qualified portfolio, am I able to do both? Yes. Okay, good. If I have enough asset insurance to go down and pay off the debt that I incurred from building up this reverse mortgage, am I able to do both? Yes or no? Okay. And if I have enough asset insurance, Gina, to replace what went to the charity, draw an arrow coming out of P9 over to the CRT, and why wouldn't I do both? See, the key to giving them the ability to have max retirement income and maximum wealth transfer is not about life insurance. It's about what? Asset insurance. Having enough insurance to replace the asset that you spent and enjoyed during your retirement. Okay? Everybody got it? So we've looked at it in different ways. First is to take care of your family if you get hit by a bus. Second is to help you avoid losing millions of dollars to term insurance. Thirdly is to give you all those living benefits that we talked about from a ripple effect standpoint. And lastly, it positions you in retirement to throw away that retirement seesaw and all the anxiety of trying to balance those two things so that you can have the possibility of max retirement income and maximum wealth transfer. You tell me something else, Mr. McCline, you can do with your money that will have those benefits and impact in your model. Any questions? All right. A couple more things. All right. Last thing we're going to go over. Everybody gets all excited. Now, how in the heck out are we going to pay for this? I want it. Okay? Like the lady in Miami, she went from I hate life insurance to like, I want it. Okay? Well, where are we going to find the money without it coming from lifestyle? There are different kinds of money. And we need to teach you where to look for them on the model. The first is what we refer to as old money. Money that's sitting in a drawer in the bottom. Could we move that and in the course of moving that create a strategy that creates the opportunity to have permanent life insurance? I don't know. I'd have to look at the model, but that's the first place I'm looking. Why? Because old money doesn't require income. It doesn't require that Vincent to go to work and earn the income to continue to fund the strategy. The money is already there. Okay? Everybody got it? Any questions? Okay. Opportunity number 2 is new money. Well, we talked about new money can enter the model in any of 27 drawers. Well, if we change the entry point of a new dollar into permanent life insurance first, it created that ripple effect, right? So we might just simply move some new money out of our right pocket, Robbie, into our left pocket. Okay? Same money, but we just have a bit better and different impact. Third is earnings money. That would be earnings off of the old money. As it's sitting in a drawer, are we simply going to reinvest that interest? Or are we going to take that interest out and do something better with it? Next would be tax money. And that could be in the form of a couple of things. That could be a tax refund. Got a young couple that I'm working with right now. He's meeting with a CPA today. He's expecting a $5,000 tax refund, and we have a meeting tomorrow to talk to him about what he can use that tax money to do in his model to make it closer to what? Ideal. It could also be, Derek, if we move money from a taxable drawer to a tax deferred drawer, or a tax deductible drawer, or a drawer where I'm not taxed, then I create what? Tax savings. Tax savings that then could be reallocated somewhere else in the model. Additional money. Now, a lot of times what we find is additional money comes in the form of monies that are coming in through kind of, it's money that's like from royalties, it's additional money that's from a second job, it's from monies that they are doing, using, and getting from elsewhere in their economic situation. Need money would be something that's specifically a need. Example, that would be client is putting money into a 529 for a specific need. I got the need marked to educate my kids. So I'm putting that money into a 529 for that specific need. Okay. Well, could we use that to take care of that need, but also do a better job of impacting the rest of the model, not just that one drawer? Okay. Another could be recovery money. Let's say I move $1 over to the, Justin, another example. Okay. Let's say I move some old money out of my money market account and I pay off a credit card. Get rid of that high interest, but all of a sudden now I free up what? The old credit card payment. So now I take the credit card and I go and I use that to buy permanent life insurance, right? Well, if I have permanent life insurance, I don't need to keep wasting my money on what? Term insurance. So I get to recover the term premium. So it could be velocity along those lines. Okay? So recovery is typically debt money, tax money, or term money. Anything I do in the model that would cause the model or the client to recapture tax, term, or debt money is what we're talking about there. Coordination money. That would be money that we move from drawer to drawer to drawer to have multiple impacts. Okay? Rather than just sit in one place, we're going to move it in different areas. So when we're trying to make the model better, it doesn't necessarily have to come from the client's earnings. There's money already being allocated to the model. There's money's already being sitting, Bo, on the model. We just got to figure out where we go and get them, where we access them to have the greatest impact possible. All right. Last couple things. All right. I use an analogy of insurance like salt. Use something you use in front of your clients. As an example. Accumulation, distribution, preservation. When you think about a client's qualified plan, 401k, pension, IRA, etc., is that a good accumulation vehicle? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Absolutely. By itself, is it a good distribution vehicle? Okay. Is it a good preservation vehicle? When I try to pass it on, is that a good thing to try to pass on? Could be subject to both income and estate taxable. There aren't too many drawers where that's the possibility, right? So I put a no there. Everybody got it? Any questions? Okay. Let's look at a non-qualified portfolio. Mutual fund. Is the mutual fund a good accumulation vehicle? Has potential for it? Absolutely. Okay. Is it a good distribution vehicle by itself? Pretty much relegated to interest only, correct? Is it a good preservation vehicle? Yes or no? What? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Now, Mark, what happens when I inherit a step-on basis, right? So by itself, it's a really